So definitely, I've been trying to make sense of everything that's been going on since the game against Mozambique, Nigeria, Mozambique. I feel a lot of people have tried to give their opinion as to what they believe happened on the pitch. Yes, it was very obvious that what Osimhen did was uncalled for, especially for someone at his level. He is undoubtedly one of the best players in Africa, one of our ambassadors, one of the very representative of Nigeria as a nation. Osimhen is not just loved in Nigeria, he's loved all over the world by those that adore him as a footballer. So, of course, it's very normal for us to expect a lot from him than he displayed on that very day. But why is it that a lot of people are online making it look as if all that happened in a vacuum? We all love Osimhen for a reason. We love the guy because of his die-hard attitude. He's someone who gives all on the pitch. He's someone who is always ready to win for the country at all costs, which is why he goes on injury a lot. He's someone who does everything physically, try to fight for the country, be it country or club, all the time to try to win again. Yeah, I know the argument is going to be, but in this situation, we're already winning the game. That was uncalled for. All right. He did make a mistake as a person, and we've all made thousands of mistakes in our lives. But why can't we just look at what really happened and try to address it instead of, looking for a way to punish our players or even to cause division within the team? Yes, Osimhen had a problem with Lookman. And the reason was very simple. He expected a pass at some point during the game, which he never received. And he reacted negatively to that. A lot of people will say he could have easily done that by complaining quietly into the ear of his teammates, which absolutely would have been a better option. But when you've played the game of football, like some of us did in the past, you know that during a football game, emotion is always running high. There's always high tension. It's a high intensity game where you need to be very calculative as fast as possible. So as if the game is gonna stop, everything is still happening at the same time. It's like you're multitasking at a time. So I think we can cut Osimhen a slack for not being able to make the right decision at this very critical moment. But what we need to address here, what happened has already happened, which we cannot change. But what we can do as a country is to support our players, irrespective. Yes, we need to understand they're going to make mistakes. We need to understand they're going to get things wrong, just like we do. It's not as if they suddenly become some sort of gods because they're now words, footballers, and they're now immune to making mistakes. No, they will definitely make mistakes like we do ourselves too. So what happens when we make mistake? We take correction, right? We go back, look at what we've done that's wrong and try to take correction. Now, a lot of people are saying Osimhen should be punished, Osimhen should be banned, he shouldn't play the next game. Are you even listening to yourself? Are you listening to yourself? Osimhen, together with Lookman, our best players, we're coming into what is arguably one of the most difficult game of the tournament. And you are saying we should bench one of our best players. Yes, it's been done in the past. People have done it in the past to make a point, to prove a point. But in our situation, we don't need to prove any point. We don't need to make any point. The person that made a mistake knows that he did make a mistake. And I'm very sure internally that discussing this to make sure it never happens. What makes you and I believe that the best decision is to punish him? For what? For trying to win a game for Nigeria? For doing everything to make sure that he scores more goals? Yes, he's allowed to be selfish, of course. If you are saying he did that because he's doing everything possible to win African Player of the Year, or if you are saying he's being selfish because he wants to score many goals to win top scorer of the tournament, what's wrong with that? He's not allowed to do that. The same argument can be made for Lookman. That yes, the reason Lookman did not pass is because he felt he already gave 2 assists to Osimhen in that game, and the best thing to do is for him to also try and score maybe more goals, which is also understandable. But in a situation where we all play for the team, I will say it's always better to give a pass to whichever player is in a better position. But when someone fails to do that and decides to shoot instead, I think it's also understandable, right? Because at the end of the day, they are all trying to win football games for Nigeria. They are all trying to impress you guys. And it's the same you guys unashamedly sitting down there, berating them, insulting them. It's okay to criticize, but you do not have any right to insult them. You can't criticize them, of course, because they are our representatives. If we decide to bench Osimhen today and we end up losing AFCON quarterfinal game and we couldn't make it through because we don't have our best striker, and after a few days, Osimhen came out openly to apologize. So what then changes? Does this suddenly bring back the trophy that we've already lost? Absolutely not. So please, let's drop all the noise that is going on everywhere. Let the coach and the management team sit down to resolve this issue as peacefully as possible. Because we want the AFCON to come home. Okay? We resolve our issues at home, within. We don't need to bring our issues to the outside world to discuss in public, on the global stage. Let's try to resolve this issue like how families resolve their issues within, internally. So yeah, I'm very sure Osimhen is going to take this anger that he felt during the last game and these noises that you guys have caused on the public stage. He's going to take it to the next stage to make sure Nigeria goes through to the semi-final of AFCON. That is all our dreams. That is all our hope. Let's always put Nigeria first. Because without Nigeria, we have nothing. Nigeria is number one. Nigeria is number one. Always remember this. Nigeria first. We are all Team Nigeria. One team, one family. Thank you.